Chris, Mike said that he thought you guys need to make some pretty significant adjustments defensively, that you guys can't switch like you did last year. What do you think has to happen?
Yeah, we got to play better. We got to, go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going to be the best solution for this team.
It seemed like there were some long stretches where you just couldn't get shots to fall. What do you think was the problem in those times?
Yeah, it's a combination of not getting shots to fall and we're taking the ball out the net. We one of the best teams, I think, when we play in transition, but we're not getting a chance to play in transition because we're taking the ball out the net every time. So we got to get back to defense.
There's some good defensive spurts in this game, especially in that third quarter. What works in those, and how can you make those more consistent?
You got to not try and hope they miss. You got to try to make them miss. You know what I mean? So we got to see what we did well. But all in all, we got to get better in all aspects of it because right now, comparing last year and this year, you can't do it. You know what I mean? This is his own team, and we got to figure out its identity. But, starting with me, we just got to be better.
You think it's been tough, though, with James being out, you missing time?
Yeah, it is what it is. That part is what it is. It happens. Next man up. So I think for us, we got to figure it out. And luckily, it's early. We 5 games in and not 50, 60 games in, so we can get it right.
Still all trying to just figure it out, and I think we just got to figure out what's going on, and so it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what's happening, what's going on right now. I know we keep saying that it's early, but some things that we have to figure out quickly, just to try to get this thing rolling and get back on the right track.
How much more difficult has that been made by the fact that there's been so many injuries and suspensions and things like that?
Well, it's a lot of things that's kind of out of our control, i.e. those things that you just mentioned, the injuries, you can't control the injuries. We had a suspension with CP for 2 games. So it's just a matter of just, kind of getting everything back in order, kind of getting this monkey off our back of a couple games, letting slide. And going from there, that's it. As long as our spirits and minds and heads are in a positive place, while we figure it out, then we're good.
Is that what keeps you guys from panicking? Obviously, veterans on this team help with that too, but is that what helps? That everyone's kind of positive and the chemistry is good? Does that help with the don't panic?
Well, I'll be damned if we panic right now. The first week and a half of the season. I don't think there's no need for any panic. I don't even think that word should even be trying to creep in here at any moment. Like I said, as long as we're staying together, as long as we are, remaining positive about the situation and understanding that we all trying to figure it out together, not individually. We all trying to figure it out together, and then get us a win. I think the next game is very, very important for us to kind of just get that win here on our home court, get a home win. Kind of get our morale, our spirit, back up, and our confidence back up, and go from there.
Mike said you guys do need to make some significant adjustments defensively. You can't switch like the Rockets did last season. What can happen here to get this thing, respectable and good defensively?
Well, we just got to figure out how we want to, how exactly we want to play defensively. It's this team this year is completely, totally different from the team last year. So I think we have to focus on kind of the team we have now and kind of put that behind us of what was going on last year. A lot of guys wasn't here, last year. So now, it's time for us to create our own identity for what this team is and what we're going to be moving forward.
We throw that word around, identity. How important is it for a team to establish an identity?
It's important. I think everything is established based off of an identity of how you want to play, how you go out there and compete. There's some things that, that we have to do as far as effort and energy, putting the whole game together. But as far as our identity is something that we do have to, work on, something that we do have to figure out, so we can turn this thing around.
You mentioned the Tuesday game and just trying to get a win in that. Is it important not to try to be like, we have to win?
There's no must wins. Yeah, it's not a must win. Like I'm not saying that it's a must win. We want to win for the sake of being here on our home court and for our fans, and even for us, like for our morale as a team. Like we just want to get this thing back on the right track.
How important are these next 2 days of practice?
Well, practice is always important. Anytime during the season when you can get 2 good practices in, because practice don't come, often during the season. So we got 2 days to, kind of talk about it and watch film and, figure out what we want to do for the, for the next game.
Figure out what your defensive identity is and recreate it.
It's tough.
Into the
It's
season.
tough. It's tough. It's really tough. When you're so good at something, you miss a few pieces of role guys that could, really do that and fit in that. And like I said, it's a different team. It's not the same team. I hate talking about last year even anymore because it's gone. It's not the same team, so we have to figure it out, just like we figured out last year. It wasn't pretty starting out last year either.
How difficult is it to kind of get that consistency and get things going when there's injuries and
That makes it
suspensions
10 times harder, but it's no excuse. When we have guys missing, it's part of the game. Everybody's gonna have injuries and guys missing throughout the year. You keep fighting if you're able and healthy. You get out there and you try to perform. So it's just something to deal with as a professional.
To the point with this makeup, PJ, you guys did figure out at some point last year it became a different team defensively. Does that give you confidence going into
For sure. It's 82 games, man. It's a lot of games we played. We have an unbelievable team, but we got to figure it out. Stuff we got to figure out, stuff we got to change. I have faith in our coaches. They do a great job, and I know we're going to figure it out. So it's just keeping everybody positive, especially we got young guys on our team this year. We got guys right now we're counting on that I haven't played that many minutes in the NBA. So, it's just keeping them all positive and keeping them knowing that we got guys coming back, and we just got to stay focused and keep working.